Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, if this is your first time here, I'm Golden, and this I'll be showing you a time lapse of a recent client work I did, and I'll be giving some tips along the way in case you love to make a vector illustration and you're not used to it. Also, occasionally some music will pop up at the top of my screen. Please don't pay attention to those, and let's get started. So to begin with, the line art. So when making line art or sketches, according to vector illustrations, you really want to focus on the edges, the key features of the character. So if it's a person, you focus on the eyes, the edges of the hair, the skin, and make it, because line art is something huge with vector illustrations. That is what makes or breaks your illustration, so you want to pay attention to those. And as we see in the recording, I'm going to fill in things like the hair, make the eyebrows, and if you like tutorials for this individual things, like maybe how to make an eyebrow, how to draw eyebrows, or how to draw hair, I'll be very happy to do so. Just leave a comment below and I'll be sure to make a video on that. Also, if the person has facial hair, that would be a good time to include it, but you have to do that with a brush that has reduced opacity, so that has a natural fade effect kind of.
Get kick.
So once you've done that, you want to start filling in the colors. And for the skin color, I suggest either sampling from the photo, but that could have some consequences. For example, if depending on where the picture was taken, different lights could reflect on the person's skin and make it seem a different color. But if you want to go for like the natural skin tone, maybe you have to play with some hues here and there and see what works. And from there, you just start adding shadows. And if you want more tutorials on shadows, please also let me know. Leave a comment below. You could also let me know on my socials, so on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, still Nedlog. And please, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot. Yeah, so about shadows. So shadows are what bring the shape into your drawing. So at first, this was just an ordinary kind of head full of just color, but now the shadows make those features pop out more. So with shadows, you could really bring your artwork to life. And I suggest that if you have a hard time drawing shadows, you really take some time to learn it, to try, because it's all your imagination. Like, you can imagine where the shadows are. You can imagine maybe the light is coming from one side, like in this photo I made it seem like the light is coming from the front of his face. So that's why places like his forehead, especially in the middle, and will be lighter than the edges of his face. So that's one thing you have to keep in consideration. If you're wondering why I'm using multiple colors as shadows, well, that's because in vector drawing, your brushes have outline borders, thick borders, very sharp borders, and you want to create this smooth kind of fade or gradient, as it you may take it like that. And so you have to use different colors complementary so that it forms this very smooth transition. And that is what you see in many vector artworks, except maybe the person is going for a different style. But in vector artworks, that's what you will see, and that's what I'm trying to achieve here. Although sometimes it can be tricky also, because depending on skin tone, if you haven't drawn that kind of use that kind of colors before, you might have some trouble trying to balance, find the complementary colors and all. But once again, everything takes practice. And along the line, I'll be creating short tutorials explaining or showing you how to do these things, so it enhances your skills, and you could take your illustrations, vector illustrations, to the next level.
Oh boy. I know you're making up the truth. Why can't I go before I lose my cool? I love you even if it's difficult. Don't worry just because I need to leave. Don't mean I'm sick of us, of you and me. I'm just not good at showing sympathy. Give me a break. I'm not angry anymore, just a little bit let down. I'm not angry anymore, just a little upset now. Cause I wanna be better than I was before, but I can't do it if we don't mature.
And now it's time to make shadows for the outfit. So with clothes, shadows, I especially love making custom shadow shapes on clothes, clothing items, and vector illustration. So you could define how your shadows look. If you have a particular style of your shadows, you could use that. I realize I love using curved shadows with pointed edges on clothes, and that's what you see me using here because I just love the way it looks. And you could just play around with what works for you. This is what helps me make the outfit look more realistic to a certain level according to vector drawings. But you just have to try this and continue, because in order to realize what works for you, you have to have done like multiple illustrations, not just one or two or three, because this takes time. But once again, I really appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, share with friends, and also leave a comment if you see this with the words "I watched till the end," and there's something surprising for you later on. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.